Hey, what's up guys? It's Cypher from cypherpk.com, and today I am bringing you a Highlander For Honor Advanced Guide. This video is sponsored by Amino. For Honor Amino is a social community built by and dedicated For Honor fans like you. It provides plenty of features such as a front page of featured posts, socializing with other members of the community, polls and posts relevant to For Honor, and much more. After browsing on the front page for a while, I found this amazing fan art drawn by this JP guy.
Wow.
And I also found this guy. So these are just some of the cool things being shared on this app. Give it a try. The download link is in the description below, and it's free to download. And you can also add me. My username is CypherPK. Now I want to give a shout out to the guys at Amino for reaching out to me and giving me this opportunity because these guys are genuine For Honor fans, and they wanted to make an app to provide a unique community feel for people who play For Honor. The features on this app, they work well, and I wouldn't be showing this, and I don't like to be sponsored unless I actually can get behind the product, and this is definitely an app I can get behind. With that being said, let's get right back into the guide. Highlander is one of the new Season 3 DLC heroes paired with Gladiator, and he's a pretty difficult character to play with. Not only is part of his, design kind of off right now, they're still trying to fix his guard break range being too short, but he seems a bit on the slow side of things, and he doesn't seem to have a lot going for him. Now, he's a strong character if played properly, but he definitely has to work a little harder than the average character to perform well, especially in 1v1 scenarios. He's very, very hard to play in a 1v1 environment. In 4v4, he definitely has a place and can be played to an effective competitive level, but in 1v1, he's kind of slow and easy to punish. Also, his punishes aren't that hard hitting, but hopefully this guide will help put you on track to be competitive with Highlander, both in a 1v1 and a 4v4 environment. And let's just get right into it. So the basic way I try to engage with Highlander is by trading attacks with hyper armor. Now, you have two ways to engage with your hyper armor. You can do your spin attack, basically when you dash forward with the heavy, and then you cancel the heavy into either left or right side heavy attack. The key to using this properly is that you can change the timing at which you cancel into your side attack. You can instantly go into it and immediately get that hyper armor, or you can delay it slightly to throw your opponent off. Now, you don't really want to use this attack too much in a 1v1 because a lot of the good players will wait until you spin, and once they spin, they know you can't back out of that attack, and they will pair you and punish you. That's why there's other types of ways to get the hyper armor in combat, and the secondary way is to do it through your combos. Now, all your heavy attacks and your combos have hyper armor, but not just hyper armor. Your heavy attacks in your combos are slightly faster in the second and third part of the chains. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you throw a light attack and follow it up with a heavy, your heavy that follows up will be a lot faster than just throwing out a raw heavy without a combo. So throwing heavies in your combos to get that hyper armor and to throw a very fast heavy attack is very useful, not just in 1v1, but also in a 4v4, 1vx environment. So using your hyper armor to trade hits, even though Highlander, in my opinion, has very low health for what type of character he is and how I think he's designed to play, you can still manage to come out on top by trading hits. It's just going to be, you got to be careful and make sure you're not taking so much damage every time you trade. And also, the spin attack that he has some sort of dodge property to it. So if you use the spin attack on somebody who's throwing an attack, most of the times you will avoid their initial attack, making it not even a trade, but just a straight up counter attack for free damage. Now let's talk about the Highlander's punishes really quickly. So he can parry with light parries. It's like the crushing counter for Warden, but on all three sides. Now, what's important to understand is that the timing for this is a little stricter than a regular parry. But not only is the timing stricter, after switching your guard, you have about a 200 millisecond wait time before you can engage with that light parry. Meaning that you can't really react to a fast incoming attack and swap to that guard and then do your light parry. The light parry is going to be reserved for attacks that are attacking directly into your guard, meaning you don't have to swap your stance, or very slow attacks like heavy attacks and certain zone attacks. You want to get in the habit of using this because usually you're going to get more off of the light parry than doing a regular parry. Highlander's parries are not that punishing. He does not get much off of a parry. And up until recently, he didn't even get a guard break off of a parry because his guard break range currently is unintendedly short. But there's a way around this. If you parry a heavy attack that would usually guarantee you a guard break on other characters, the reason I say that is because some attacks do not guarantee guard breaks, like long range attacks from Nobushi or long range attacks from Shigoki or Lawbringer. They do not guarantee guard breaks. But if an attack that usually guarantees you a guard break on your other characters does not guarantee you a guard break on Highlander, a way to work around this is when you parry the attack, you can unlock your character and then throw the guard break. It seems like the guard break range property on your unlocked guard break is the proper value to get the guard break guaranteed. Another option, if you don't want to unlock, is you can wait just a quarter of a second after getting the parry and then go for the guard break. So it's more like a delayed guard break, and usually that will connect. But the safer way to guarantee that your guard break will land is to unlock and then throw the guard break out. And that will give you the proper range to get your guaranteed guard break. Now, what do you do off of a guard break? Again, Highlander does not have much to do off of a guard break, but there are some ways to get damage in. Now, you can go for a light attack, that's guaranteed, and you can also go for a zone attack. But do not go for a zone if you are low stamina, because you will not be able to cancel your zone, and your zone is a 3-part hit. So if you can't cancel it, you're guaranteed to get parried and punished very, very heavily. Now, if you are near a wall, you can throw your opponent into a wall and go for a top heavy, which does 40 damage. That's going to be your most damaging heavy. Not just a regular top heavy, but while you're in your defensive stance. Go for the top heavy in defensive stance, and that's going to be about 40 damage. Now, there's other punishes you can get off of a parry that don't include guard break. And here's some of them. Off of a light parry, you can go into your caber toss. So when you get the parry, keep holding on to the heavy attack. And once you go into your offensive form, immediately go for the caber toss. They will not be able to dodge it. And off of the caber toss, you get the guaranteed unblockable heavy. Now, you should not do this against assassins, because if you parry a light attack from an assassin, you already get a heavy attack in the same direction that the parry was. So if you parry a top light attack from any assassin, you get a top heavy back in return. If you parry a side, whether it's left or right attack from an assassin that's a light attack, you get a heavy attack back in return. So you don't have to worry about the caber toss if you're facing an assassin. But if you're facing a non-assassin and you parry their light attack, on a light attack, you can get a zone attack back, which does about, I believe, 25 damage, or you can go for the caber toss and get a little bit extra damage with the unblockable heavy. Now, Highlander can cancel a lot of his moves into other moves while he's in his offensive form. He can cancel his heavy attack into a kick, and then the kick into a caber toss, and he can actually chain them together, go from heavy attack into kick into caber toss, cancel. Now, this consumes a lot of stamina, so I really don't recommend you to overuse it. And some characters that are quicker and have longer dodge range can actually avoid the entire kick caber toss combo with one dodge. So what I like to do is I'll go for an unblockable heavy attack into guard break, like a natural guard break. So I'll go for the unblockable heavy, and then I'll feint into defensive form and go for a regular guard break, just because the regular guard break is a little bit more safe. If they dodge, they will still get hit with the guard break for the most part. But if you go for a caber toss and they dodge it, they get a guaranteed punish. Another thing I want to mention about this offensive form is his light attacks in offensive form are insanely fast. I believe they're as fast as a Peacekeeper zone. So try to use this to your advantage. But you don't want to stay in offensive form for too long while using the Highlander, because you're not able to block, counter, guard break, or parry attacks. You want to chain into your offensive stance by using your combos after landing an attack, or even if you land a heavy attack that gets blocked, you can still chain into your offensive form by holding the heavy button, and you'll go directly into it, and it's a lot faster than just straight up holding the heavy button from neutral. You go into your offensive form, you do the combos you want to do, and you immediately get out of it and go back into your defensive form. You want to use it sparingly because not only does it consume a lot of stamina, but it leaves you vulnerable while you're in that state. And a lot of characters that have really fast attacks can attack you, and there's nothing you can do about it while you're in that state. Another thing to point out is during the offensive form, your dodge recovery and dodge is very fast. So the only way you can actually punish certain things like Warlord Headbutt or Warden Shoulder Charge or Conqueror Charge is by being in your offensive form, dodging the attack, and then going for a guaranteed kick. Now, this is something I'm still experimenting with, but it's definitely the only way you're going to be able to punish people with Highlander off of a dodge, because his dodge recovery is extremely high. Thank you guys so much for watching this Highlander guide. I have more information about Highlander that I'm acquiring and also going to be putting into a future guide for you guys with a little bit more details about specific movesets and how to fight specific characters. But hopefully this video has brought enough information on the table for you guys to use to your advantage. Good luck everybody out there, and I hope you guys are enjoying Season 3 of For Honor, and I hope you Highlanders benefit from this video. My name is Cypher, and I'll catch you guys next time. Like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for future For Honor content.